Welcome everybody to Midnight Motorsports. Yeah, I'll get it right. First broadcast for these guys here, running Indianapolis tonight, 62 laps. So it should be a pretty good race for these guys. Been watching them practice, and they've really been laying down some awesome times. I went out and tried to lay one down like that, and forget it. But good job by these guys out here. John Gamble out here turning a pretty decent lap in the 5th spot. Coming down to 12 minutes here until qualifying. Stay tuned with us here, folks, because it's going to be a great show put on by these guys here at Midnight Motorsports. Make sure if you're viewing here on Twitch for the first time, right underneath that viewing screen, make sure you click on the follow button. That way you'll be notified by email when we go live each and every night. We do broadcast 6 nights a week. Friday nights right now we have back-to-back broadcasts, one right after the other. And so stay with us and make sure you click that follow button. You can head over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/MaxSpeedTV. Everything you need to know is right down below the viewing screen right there. You can click on the buttons to go right to the Facebook page. You can go to MaxSpeedTV.com. And our league, Maximum Speed Racing, also go to the website there and check it out. Lots to view there. Getting ready to start a second season with the trucks and the B car. So make sure you head on over to our website at MaxSpeedTV.com and check it out. If you are having issues watching the race here on Twitch, that's Twitch. You can probably view it better if you go to MaxSpeedTV.com. Also, Michael will be broadcasting off of MaxSpeedTV 2 channel there, and you can watch both channels right from MaxSpeedTV.com. So head over there and check it out. Coming down to 8 minutes here until qualifying, so stay with me, folks. We're going to have a little break here, and we will be back with you.
Alright, man, I'm on my way for you.
Yeah, joining me in the booth here, got Roger Wagner in the booth with me, so good to have you back, Roger. Thank you for helping out tonight.
Glad I could make it, man. Running a little behind. I was spotting in another race for another guy.
I was starting to get a little worried, but not too worried. This not a whole lot of drivers in this race here tonight. He did mention, I believe, that he was trying to get the league back together and get it going again, or...
Yeah, they are trying to recruit. That's why they're having this podcast. They want some people to see this, maybe get interested. It's a great bunch of guys. They race really good together. They race really hard. Open setups in the trucks. They run about 120 to 125, or 125 to 150 mile races. I'm sorry. But yeah, they're trying to build their league back up. They used to have a whole bunch of drivers, and it's kind of dwindled over time. You know, guys go different ways and stuff. But I think we can help them with these broadcasts to get some more guys in here, and maybe help them build it back up to what they want it to be.
Sure thing. Hey, Ricky, how you doing?
I'm good. Hey, I was wondering. I was thinking about muting the chat on in race so we don't have anybody make any mistakes during the broadcast.
Already done.
Okay.
I never have the chat broadcasted because I know tempers do flare, and sometimes things are said on there that might not want to be broadcasted, so not a problem.
Okay, perfect. So I don't have to worry about that. All right, cool. Now, are you guys going to be in the room with us, or are you going to be about right here by yourselves?
No, we'll be down here by ourselves.
Okay, so you'll pull us down when needed.
Well, we'll talk to you through the game.
Yeah, we'll talk to you.
We'll come clear the channel with you, and we'll talk to you through the game.
Okay. Thank you, sirs.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Rick.
Boy, Perry seems to be really hooked up tonight, running a 53.028. Man, that's just smoking. I think there was some draft involved in that, but I don't know for sure. But man, what a smoking hot lap.
Yeah, Perry's usually fast anyway, so. Yeah, I know several of these guys, Rudy. I'm well aware of how they race. Rodney Harris, Dave Lowe, Rick Walker, Patrick Rowland, Perry Snelson. I know all of these guys. Matt Cherry.
Yeah, Matt's on my friends list, and I'm trying to remember where I must have raced with them or something. So I'm really not sure where I got his name from. But he's on my friends list.
I've run into Matt several times in different practice servers or open races or whatever. And, he's one of those guys where if he's got something that he's comfortable sharing with somebody, he doesn't mind giving guys setups to try to make the racing more competitive. And He's just a fun guy to race with him. He tries to race you really hard, but he tries to race really clean too. So all these guys in here are really kind of like that. They're a great bunch. I've been kind of associating with them for a while now, and I have nothing bad to say about any of them at all. I can't say anything but good about them because they're just a wonderful bunch of guys to hang out with.
All right, coming down to the 3-minute mark here till qualifying. Fastest laps out here, looks like Snelson on the top spot there, Rowland second, Walker third, Lowe fourth, Gamble fifth, Henry sixth, Harris seventh. I did turn a lap, it wasn't very good, but and Matt Cherry there in ninth. So we might only wind up with about an 8-truck field out here tonight, Roger.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, but like the guy said, you know, they're trying to build it up. They want to get some more. They want to have some fun with this, and they'd like to see, you know, 18, 20 trucks in here. So
sure.
It'll be it won't take too long, I don't think. And some guys will get interested when they see how well these guys race together.
That's for sure.
I gotta go put us on online, me online with you here.
All right, 2 minutes still qualifying, folks. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave that seat. You better have your drink in your hand all ready to watch this race. There's 62 laps at Indianapolis. I believe this is going to be a really good race. Just by watching these guys out here practicing tonight, I think there's going to be some side-by-side intense racing. I do believe.
Yeah, all these guys are pretty quick. They're going to hold anything back for sure. They're going to go fast so long as they can, and you're going to see a lot of drafting. You're going to see a lot of lead changes at that, because the guys up front are just going to go right by each other. They're going to have some fun with this.
Roger, what's the pit window? Do you know? Isn't it like 28 or 30 laps or something?
You can get between 30 and 32. You got to kind of work it a little to get it there. And if you draft a little, you might get 33. So we're going to make it to the halfway point probably before, if it stays green before we start seeing guys pit. But they are going to be right on the edge of not making it if they get separated and have to run by themselves very much to get to that 31 lap mark.
10-4. All right, closing seconds here. Roger, any more information we need to put out there to our viewers about this league?
Midnight Motorsports. It's in the iRacing League directory. Mid-Night Night Motorsports, and their website is mid-night-motorsports.com, right?
All right, that's where they go to sign up, right?
10-4.
All right, and they are recruiting right now, folks, so anybody that would be interested in joining these guys here, they're getting the league back together and getting things rolling again, and interested in joining them, go to mid-night-motorsports.com. All right, it looks like practice is over now, and these guys are going to be heading in to do some qualifying, so we'll stay up with their qualifying order here. All right, 2.5 miles around this facility, isn't it, Roger? I think that's what it is.
It is exactly 2.5.
Yeah. So 61 or 62 laps. That's going to be quite a bit. This track just seems to take longer to get around, and I think it's because it has 4 separate turns. We always see turn 1 kind of being the problem. Coming out of 1 to go into turn 2, that's where we always see guys hit the wall and stuff like that. And the same way between 3 and 4, but it seems like more in 1 and 2. the speeds down the front stretch seem to be, they carry faster for some reason. I don't know. They always seem to be faster down the front stretch than they are on the back stretch, and they should be equal.
Well, you know, this place is a perfect rectangle, and the four corners are banked exactly the same. But you couldn't have four more distinct corners on a track that's symmetrical than this one.
Yep.
And if you mess up turn 1, turn 2 is already shot. If you mess up turn 3, turn 4 is shot. But if you hit 1 right, you can fly through 2 and go screaming down the backstretch. And if you hit 3 well, you definitely can get into 4 good. And as long as you're not at all wiggling coming out of 4, you carry a ton of speed down that front stretch. I don't know why it's so hard to get into turn 1. I struggle there. Almost everybody I know struggles getting into 1. And if you miss that, you are going to smack that wall in the short chute down there. And it's completely, you know, out of hand if you smack the wall. There's no telling what's going to happen. I mean, if you barely touch it, you can hold it up against the wall and not mess up anybody else's race or your own too bad. But if you hit it wrong, you're going to the inside wall as well. This place is really tough.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I'm you know, this is only my opinion, there is a really dark shadow going into 1 from the grandstands, and it is kind of hard to judge. So it's very important that the drivers do have a mark, whether it be on a wall or on the track somewhere, to know when to lift off that gas or hit the brakes or roll it or whatever their driving style is. But I do believe that shadow does have a little bit of a play into it.
Yeah, and I know guys that turn that shadows off and still struggle getting into that corner. It's just something about getting down in there with all the grandstands and everything kind of messes with your vision of the marks going into the corner, and it's really easy to overdrive that entry. And if you do, you've killed the entire lap. So you got to be pretty smooth. Right now, man, look at that. David Lowe put up a smoking lap in qualifying.
Yes, he did. Wow, that was faster than practice. A 53.1? Wow.
And 53.148. Snelson with 53.22.
Yep. No, Snelson had he had the fastest one in practice with a 53.028, I believe it was. And but I don't know. There may have been some drafting involved in that. But these guys out here on these practice laps or qualifying laps, nobody to draft with. And look at that, turning in a 53.1. That's amazing.
Yeah, he ran a really, really good lap there. David's a really strong driver, really consistent driver. So I expect to see him kind of stay up there, maybe challenge Perry for quite some time. But Patrick Rowland, Rick Walker, they're all capable of getting in there too. This is going to be an exciting race with qualifying times in the top 4 that close. It's going to be pretty good to watch these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that wind, northwest wind. That's going to blow you right into 1 corner. And I'm trying to remember which way this track is oriented. I think the north end is turn 3. So turn 3 might be a little tricky.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not really sure, but I think no, I had trouble with turn 1. That's where I always had trouble with turn 1.
And you know, it may be that turn 1 is the north end and turn 3 is the south end, because this track faces north and south on the long ends. And if the wind's blowing into turn 1 that way, northwest, which means it's blowing directly across into turn 1, with turn 1 being as difficult as it is already, that's going to make it twice as tough to keep the truck down. They got about 67% humidity here. The track might be just a little on the greasy side. It's really cool, 69 degrees, so that's going to help. And it's a little cloudy, which is going to give them a little more grip. So this is going to be pretty good. It's going to be interesting to watch.
All right, getting down here trackside, let's get down here to all our drivers once they take the grid. Everybody double checking their setups, making sure that they've got qualifying tape off. Make sure they've got race tape on, and making sure their steering ratios are set where they want them. And, you know, double checking and triple checking everything. Tire pressures, they can check anything and everything on these trucks here with an open setup. Unlike the fixed setups, where about the only thing you can change is your steering ratio. But driver's now taken to the grid, so let's check it out here.
Buddy left your channel.
David Lowe here on the pole with a 53.148 in the number 55. On the outside of him, starting in second place, is the number 12 of Perry Snelson. In third, on the inside, starting in the number 68, in the third position, Rick Walker. Excuse me. Patrick Rowland going to be starting on the outside of him in the number 88 in the fourth spot. And not sure. I don't see any other drivers taken to the grid right now.
Yeah, I haven't seen Sam Henry, John Gamble, Rodney Harris. I know they're here.
Here they come. Here they come. Okay. Yeah, they did qualify, so I'm sure they'll be there. But Rodney Gamble starting in the fifth position on the inside in the number 5. John Gamble. Okay, Sam Henry here starting in the sixth spot in the number 33. Don't know about Rodney Harris yet. They've still got just a few more seconds. There, okay. Now John Gamble takes to the grid, but Rodney Harris did not make it. Neither did Matt Cherry.
Interesting.
So, all right. Well, we may have a 6-truck battle here. David Lowe rolling them off here, and we're getting ready to go to the green flag here right directly.
Yeah, for sure thought we'd see all of these guys. Must have happened to Rodney. We may see 62 straight laps of green right here, Rudy.
That's what I'm kind of thinking. That we always see less. The lesser of the vehicles out there, the less cautions you have, and naturally, there's kind of knocks the odds down of having an accident. So 6 trucks out here. Yeah, you may be right. We might not even see an accident today.
Yep. I hear somebody leaving the pits. Maybe not. Maybe not.
I don't think.
I heard something rev up. It might have been one of the guys on the grid there.
I don't think they can now. Once the race has started. Yeah, that's the only ones I've got out there are the 6 that's starting. So, all right.
Yeah, someone probably pushed in the clutch and cleared out the carburetor a little bit or something. Is what I heard.
All right, coming out of turn 4 here, Roger. You want to call this down and get this thing underway? They're about to take the green flag.
Yep, Midnight Motorsports, Indianapolis, 62 laps. Gonna be a wonderful race. Got some really good drivers in here. Pace car hits pit road. Field bunched up real tight right there. And the green's in the air. We are underway. David Lowe looks like he's going to get a pretty good start on there. He's probably going to clear him by the time we get to turn 1. Rick Walker's going to try to go with him.
Very good start on that. Looks like, yeah, you're right. He does get one heck of a start there. Snelson rolls into the second spot now in the number 12. Oh, one way off of the pace down below. What happened there to Sam Henry?
He got up high in turn 2. Sam Henry did. He lost a bunch of momentum. So now he's going to have to fight to get back up there.
Yeah, he's not going to have any draft back there whatsoever. So that's going to be tough for him to try to get caught back up to this field. He's going to have to drive the wheels off of that thing. But Snelson not leaving the back bumper of David Lowe's truck at all. Just sucking up every bit of draft.
Rowland looking inside Rick Walker going into 1, and Rick just says, okay, go ahead, buddy, too early.
Trying to suck up every bit of draft that he can get off of David Lowe's back bumper. Now kind of losing it a little bit. Looks like Lowe might be pulling away.
Yeah, he lost a little there in 1 and 2. Now it looks like Sam Henry and Rick Walker are going to do a little bump drafting down the backstretch here. Try to get caught back up to Patrick Rowland.
Snelson now 0.3 of a second behind Lowe.
Actually, that's John Gamble, my bad.
Rick Walker he got passed. Rick Walker got passed by, looks like Patrick Rowland moves into the 3rd spot as they come to the line. And now Patrick Rowland looking to the inside of Snelson, going into turn 1. Looks like he's going to have it.
Absolutely got a beautiful run off of 4, and he almost passed both drivers get before turn 1. He's challenging for the lead right here.
Look at this inside David Lowe. Man, how he hangs on to that thing like that. Great job. Now he needs a little draft and help behind him to get him on by Lowe. But I'm not sure. It looks like he's just going to go door to door with 2nd place right now.
Yeah, Snelson was trying to push Lowe past so he can re-challenge for that spot. And Rowland's going to hold him off. Might clear by the time we get back to start finish line and have the lead.
He's already cleared him going into turn 4.
Yeah, and Rick Walker took advantage of Snelson trying to push Lowe past, and he ends up moving past Snelson into 3rd.
So Patrick Rowland now our new leader. Started in the 4th position, but here he is running 2nd. David Lowe way up high on that. What happened to David Lowe?
Rick Walker was inside of him, and he tried to drive it in a little, and the nose washed out, and he had to lift. Walker lost a bunch of momentum off of 2 there, and Snelson's going to go right back by him here. So in the matter of a lap, David Lowe went from leading the race to running 5th.
Absolutely, boy. I'll tell you what, he is really struggling right now. The number 5, John Gamble, hanging on right there, right in front of David Lowe for 4th place. David Lowe can't quite get by him right at the moment.
And Snelson got by Walker, but that helped Patrick Rowland extend quite a good bit there. He's got about almost 0.2 of a second on him now. Closer to a half second.
Yeah,
he hadn't updated for me.
Yeah, he's a half a second behind him here. So Patrick Rowland dominating here so far in the early running, pulling away from the field by a half a second.
Definitely flexing his muscle. And David Lowe just went by John Gamble for 4th.
Looking back here, let's take a look back from Perry Snelson's truck back to 3rd spot. To see these guys really trying to hold on to that, onto the turns. They take it just as low as they can possibly take it.
Well, when you go down in there right in the center, if you can get your left side tires just to touch that apron right below the line, just barely touch it, it'll actually help that truck rotate, and you can really get a great drive coming up off the corner. Otherwise, you got to wait on the throttle just a little bit till it completely plants to get a good run. They're picking back up. They're running down Patrick Rowland right now.
Yes, they are. Snelson definitely closing back in now, 2.5 of a second behind him. Definitely starting to get into his draft now, and tires are getting warmed up now, and I think they're starting to feel a little more comfortable on the trucks. You know, they're not going to be quite so loose the more heat you got in them. So
until about probably lap 16 or 17, and then all the good stuff's wore off of them, and then you're just out there holding on.
Now Snelson has closed up within less than 0.2 of a second.
And those two are extending away from Rick Walker, who is extended away from David Lowe, and now John Gamble has really lost this whole pack, and he's way back there.
Yeah, I'm showing him about 11.7 seconds behind our leader right now.
Yeah, that'd be Sam Henry in the 33, and when he lost that draft early in the race, he just doesn't have anybody to work with, and he's going to be, a second or two a lap slower than the rest of these guys.
Snelson, I'm sure, would just love to get out here and lead a lap. He's still hanging on 0.2 of a second behind Patrick Rowland for second place. And I'm sure, you know, just looking at these guys, it looks like they're running about equal times, different lines, but they're running equal times here. And, you know, that's what it's going to take for Snelson to keep right up to his bumper here. He may have a run right now coming out of turn 2. It looks like he's got a pretty good run coming down the backstretch and takes a peek on the inside of Patrick Rowland, and this would be for the lead.
Yeah, he got a great drive off of 2. Rowland didn't quite get down there and get the truck to rotate right. Snelson did, and down that back straightaway, he just blasted right on by.
Yep, he does clear him, and Snelson out in the lead now. Patrick
Rick Walker
Rowland
has closed back up on those 2, Rody.
Oh, yeah. I
He's
think
back in that draft.
He's coming. He is coming. If he could just get up there just a little bit closer to Patrick Rowland.
Oh, Rowland kills the wall off of 2,
no.
then kills the inside wall.
No caution, but boy, did he ever hit the wall a ton. Let's go back and take a look at that real quick.
He hit both those walls a ton. Now that's that turn 1 area that we talked about. He really never got down to the bottom like he'd like to.
Yeah.
And I think when he crossed behind Snelson's truck, it just washed the nose a little bit. When he went back to the throttle, the truck just kept going straight at the wall, and by that time there was nothing he could do. His truck has got a massive amount of damage.
Wow. Caution out now. Where is the caution?
He's dropping debris everywhere. That's a great break for Sam Henry. But Patrick Rowland's truck is just destroyed.
So, do they have any resets?
I don't believe they do have any.
Brother. Okay, so let's get back up here to our leader. And see if they're going to come down pit road. I think it's a little early for pit road, but
Nah, you got to have fresh tires.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're a sitting duck out there. All these guys will go get fresh tires. Now, this will completely change pit strategy.
Sam Henry.
Now you'll be making one.
Sam Henry is just tickled to death about that, I'm sure, because you know, he wants to get caught back up to the field now after that really bad restart he had, or start, I should say.
Yeah, he'll be really excited to be able to get back up to with these guys.
It looks like we are going to have a few takers. Looks like everybody coming down pit road.
Oh yeah, nobody wants to be out there on older tires. I mean, 10 laps is a lot here on these tires at this place, so nobody wants to be out there on those tires.
And this is where, Roger, where we see a lot of mistakes made right here. When these guys come down pit road, slide through their pit stops, have to back up. Looks like everybody does really good coming into their pit stalls. And we got one that was a gas and go. The number 5 of John Gamble, gas and go.
Oh, now that's a gamble for sure. And there was a reset, as I can see now.
I'm not trying to, well, I'll just keep my opinions to myself now.
Oh, I'm going to agree with you 100%. I don't think that was a great decision on his part, but I'm not driving his truck, so I don't really know what he's got underneath it. I know I want fresh tires every time I pit. I'm gonna let these guys get formed back up here, and I think I'm gonna try to get Perry Snelson on the radio and see what he has to say. You ready for that?
No, hold on. 1 minute.
Nope.
Okay,
Yeah,
go.
Okay, I'm gonna go down and see if I can get Perry Snelson real quick here.
Okay.
Perry Snelson, Roger Wagner in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, you started out there second. We seen you drop back to around 4th place, and then like a rocket, you came down the front stretch and blew right past Roland for the lead. Is the truck working pretty good for you?
So far, so good. I didn't make any changes to it on that pit stop. I like the way it feels right now.
Yeah, looks like it's a little bit slick. Maybe turn 1 there. Is that really the case out there, or is it just that when we're watching those trucks, it looks like they're pushing out real bad in the center?
If I get it too low in 1, it is slick.
Well, we saw some different pit strategies there. Hopefully everything worked out good, and we'll chat with you in victory lane, man. Good luck.
10-4, thank you.
All right.
Well, he's pretty satisfied with his ride, I think.
Yeah, he sure is. That's good because he definitely one of the good drivers out there. We're going to have to kind of keep an eye on him. He's going to have 2 trucks to get past to get back up there in the lead. Now, if you noticed, and again, like I said, I'm not trying to call anybody out, but John Gamble, what he did was he exited out of his truck and come back. So that gave him fresh tires, reset, and the whole 9 yards, full tank of gas.
Oh, see, I wasn't out watching that. I was watching a couple of other trucks. I was looking for Patrick Rowland to see if they had that reset.
Yeah.
I was trying to watch to see what Snelson was doing on his pit stop, and I didn't see. I just know he got out, shot like a rocket, and got out there in front of everybody.
Well, he hit his exit button, got out, come back in. He's got a brand new truck, full tires, full gas, everything.
Ah, well, see, that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's different than I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking he was trying to do some weird tire strategy there that I wasn't able to figure out.
Mm-hmm. See, some leagues, they don't allow that.
Yeah.
Because that's...
Most.
Yeah, that's kind of...
That's like a 3-second pit stop.
Yeah, it's kind of a little unfair, but, hey, if they allow it here, then, so be it. That's pretty cool.
Well, they may not know. They may not be aware that happens if you do it that way.
But he did use a reset, so...
Yes, he did. And I may have missed it. He may have smacked the wall earlier in the run or something, or had contact with another vehicle. So, I don't know.
Yeah. All right, lights are off on the pace car. Everybody doubled up already. And we're going back to green flag racing this time by Roger. So far, what are you thinking of the race?
It's kind of working out exactly like I thought it would. These guys are going to battle each other. They're going to race each other really hard, but they're going to race each other really clean. I want to see what Sam Henry can do now that he's able to pull back up into the draft, and he's going to start up in the middle of this pack instead of starting at the back, and maybe he was asleep on that initial start. He's going to get another shot. We'll see what he can do up in here.
Yeah, it takes forever to get around this facility here. Over almost 2.5 minutes to go around here one time. So these guys dread cautions, But we're going to be taking the green flag on lap 14 out of 62 here at Indianapolis. So stay tuned, folks. Hopefully we're going to see some more great racing, I should say. These guys...
I think... Sorry, Rudy. I was going to say, I think they made a good choice of throwing that caution right there. Get everybody bunched back up. Let's go. Let's get racing again, because they had gotten strung out a little bit during that whole ordeal.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Poor Sam Henry there was way back, and man, I felt bad for him. Patrick Rowland going to be restarting in the back of the field now, so we're going to have to see how he's going to manage to get his truck back up through the pack and get back up into the lead. He seemed very strong on that last green flag run there.
Yeah, he'll flex some muscle again just to get back up there. Pace car heading for pit road. Going to restart lap 14. Green flag is in the air.
All right, John gets a very good start. Rick Walker on the outside trying to mirror his lap right here. Is going to probably have to duck it down to the inside, but can't get it down there. Snelson is kind of right there, but it looks like Walker may be able to get it in there anyhow. Nelson trying to get a run on the outside, or the inside, excuse me.
Yeah, he got a pretty good run down there. Walker was following Gamble, and they both went a little wide. And I thought Snelson was really going to be able to get a run and stick his nose down in there, but both trucks clear him easily. Sam Henry's falling back to 6, and he is in danger of losing this draft already again.
That's for sure. There now, yeah, it looks like Walker does get a run. And
I think Gamble might have got it into the wall just a touch right there, because everybody flew by him.
Well, he led a couple laps, so that he got out there, did lead a couple laps. I'm not sure how they do their points.
Oh, Walker hard into the wall off of 2.
No caution.
Snelson and Lowe really had to pull left to get away from him. He put it in the wall pretty hard. Yeah, his right front corner is jacked up pretty good now.
Let's go back here and take a look at that as he comes off. Ooh, off of turn 1, almost hits it. I was just looking to see maybe if he may have had
Wreck. David Lowe, big wreck on the front stretch. That's a big wreck.
David Lowe, huh?
Yeah, big wreck on the front stretch. He got down, got all 4 tires on the flat, and just, wow. Turn it headlong into the outside wall right there. That's a big wreck.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Ouch. Oh, and he did catch Patrick Rowland. Oh, and he caught John Gamble. Boy, and everybody. Oh, man, the whole back part of the field here going to be tore up.
Yeah, that's a big wreck. And Sam Henry had to go down pit road to dodge.
I seen that. That was wild.
Yep. That was a big wreck. We'll check with him here in a little bit, make sure everything's okay with him. That was a big ouch.
All right, so now our new leader up front is going to be Snelson again. Snelson back up there where he feels more comfortable, I think. You know, being up there in clean air is probably going to be the best for a lot of these drivers. And it looks like they may be going to come down pit road again. Everybody coming down pit road.
Yep.
I hope they cleared Sam Henry's black flag for going down pit road to avoid that wreck.
Yes, they will.
Because that, you know, that was totally, I mean, he did a great job missing that. Yeah, I got to give him a lot of credit on that one.
And Rowland, man, he just can't catch a break.
For the 55 of David Lowe still sitting on pit road. Now he is away. And I believe that's going to make him a lap down. almost everybody changing 4 tires now. Patrick Rowland has a lot of damage on that front driver's side. Does get a reset, and he's away. So everybody changing 4. I take that back. Rick Walker, only looks like he may have only did right sides and away.
All right.
So
he was quick in and out. I know that.
yes, sir. But still, he only got out in 3rd place, but still not bad. You know, John Gamble back up front now will be our leader on this restart.
Yeah, they're working to get lined up now. Should be about 2 to go here.
Yeah, coming to 18 laps in the books here, or starting of 8 lap 18.
Well, I think let's go find out what David Lowe's side of that little incident there.
All right, let me know when it's clear.
Here we go.
Okay.
Hang on, he's going off onto the access road. I don't know if it's something he's needing to do. I don't want to bug him if he's getting ready to do something important here.
Sure thing.
He's going to the back of the field. That's it.
Yeah, go ahead.
David Lowe, Roger Wagner in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
That looked like a pretty wild ride there, man. Tell us what happened from your viewpoint.
Truck just got loose on me for some reason. Don't really know why. It just come around. Tried to catch it and it just went in the outside fence.
Yeah, we thought maybe you might have got a little over rotation and got all 4 tires down on that flat part there right at the exit of 4. It looked like all of a sudden it tried to jump left and then it went headlong dead into the fence on the outside right there.
I'll be back up there. Don't count me out.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you. You know, you were running pretty good there. You're able to get up to the front there. Do you got something for old Snelson? He should be pretty much the quick truck in here tonight.
I'm just biding my time for now.
All right, man. We'll get that wave around and come back and give these guys a challenge. Show them what you got. Good luck to you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
No, they're putting him back on the lead lap. It's good. Trying to keep a competitive field here. Don't want to get anybody a lap down. May not have too much of a chance unless they have another mistake. So he's gonna get it back around there. Pretty confident. Sounds like he thinks he's got a really strong truck, a really good chance to come up here and challenge for a win.
I think he probably does. You know, he's a pretty tough competitor. Watching him out here, he may have just kind of like lost it a little bit there, like he said, he's a little bit loose, and backed out of it. And it was a good save, you know, when he earlier, and all the guys blew by him, and then getting loose on that apron. And you know what that apron can do to you? It can mess you up big time.
Yeah, it's okay to use just a touch of it to help rotation, but he tried to use a whole bunch of it, it looked like, and that just didn't work out at all.
Nope.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to see something like that with, a smaller field that we're running here tonight, and as big a track as we're running. I know this place is tough. I don't take anything away. This track's tough to run, but I thought we'd see, we wouldn't see a big one like that. So I was kind of shocked by that.
Yeah, what was there, like 3 trucks tied up into that, wasn't there?
Yeah, we had 3 trucks involved in that one.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Hopefully that's the worst we're going to see here tonight.
You're seeing about 43 laps of green here would be pretty cool, because they're still going to have to make another pit stop. Nobody can make it from here.
Right. Yeah.
And even though you can make those mistakes under caution and go, from the front to the back by speeding or missing your pit box, if it's under green, you're going fast here. 180 miles an hour. That's a couple of football fields if you screw up 1 second in the pits.
And John Gamble there with a 2-tire change. Rick Walker, fuel only. So, there's a lot of different strategies going on out here.
Yeah, I'm kind of intrigued by Walker's fuel only stop.
Yeah, that kind of blew me away a little bit, but he only had a 4.9 second pit stop. You can't change 2 tires and get fuel in that time. It usually takes about 7 to 7.5 seconds.
And just to take right sides can take you anywhere from 6.9 to 8.2.
Yeah. Which our leader there, John Gamble, he had a 7.3 second pit stop, so I'm sure he took I don't know, right side or left side, not sure which.
Probably here it's only the right side. It's an interesting strategy by Walker. We'll see if it pays off.
Yeah, he'll be restarting in the 4th position in the number 88 or 68. I'm sorry.
Well, Gamble's going to bring him down to the green.
Pace car ducks off. And green, green, green. Here we go. Off and running again. Patrick Rowland.
Great start on the outside there, Rudy.
Patrick Rowland tucking right up under John Gamble. But going into the turn 1, it looks like the number 12 there of Perry Snelson on the high side might have a little something for John Gamble. He's got all 4 tires.
I thought when he got out in the marbles right there too, that might be the end of it. He did a good job of holding on to that.
Gamble now kind of stuck on the low side here, and Patrick Rowland comes up on his outside. And it looks like Gamble does keep it in front of Patrick Rowland and stays in that 2nd spot for now.
Gamble's closing back up on Snelson here. Got a good run right there down the front stretch. He's going to go back for the lead.
Yes, he is. He got a great run coming off of 4. Going into turn 1, he's got a nose under him, and Patrick Rowland coming right along with him. Those two may be working together to get by Snelson. They're really hooked up and drafting pretty good.
Rowland really had to check up because Gamble got a little bit loose.
Oh, Rowland off of the track.
Gamble got loose, that kind of stacked everybody up, and Snelson was looking for a hole, and there just wasn't a hole there.
Rowland brings it back up on the track, and he's clear back in 5th place now. Just that quick. David Lowe, our new leader, he said he would get up there, and look at him up in the front in the number 55 leading this thing. Snelson on his inside. I'm telling you what, Perry just blows by David Lowe like he's sitting still.
He's in the wall.
Yeah, somebody
Rick
tapped
Walker
the wall.
got in the wall off of 1.
David Lowe goes back to 3rd that quick. But looking at it right here, John Gamble back up in 2nd. So, man, these guys are really mixing it up. They're changing positions like I changed my socks. You know, they're just really changing it up. Patrick Rowland now trying to hang on back here in 5th place. Got a little tiny, looks like a little bit of damage maybe on the right rear. Sam Henry way back in 6th back there. Kind of lost the draft again. Looks like David Lowe.
John Gamble got really, really loose there off of 4. And I thought him and David Lowe were going to get together. Both drivers did a good job of staying off one another. Snelson's trying to get away here, and these guys, Rowland's going to make a move around Walker to try to get in first. Those 3 should be able to get close enough together or maybe run down Snelson, and we'll start seeing some of those lead challenges again.
John Gamble and David Lowe might be working together here temporarily. David Lowe using a little bit of draft off of John Gamble.
Gamble is so loose on the X, and he is really sawing that wheel.
Snelson starting to pull away a little bit now. He's out there about a half a second ahead of John Gamble.
Lowe looking under Gamble between 1 and 2 here. That loose condition was just more than he could really handle right there.
John went way up high. Patrick rolling, getting by him too. So John going back to the 4th position in a heartbeat. 1 turn. These guys are just pushing this thing for all they can push it.
He's been just a little bit on the loose side on the exit since we got to this restart. Maybe a product of the 2 tires. I'm not really sure. Maybe that he made an adjustment that just really isn't suiting the style of driving that he's doing right now. But he's going backwards. He's under fire from Walker now.
John Gamble way down low. Lets another one go by.
Yeah, he let Walker go. He's fighting that truck, and the truck's winning the battle.
Looking back here from David Lowe back to Patrick Rowland. You see these two coming out of the turn. Oh, and Patrick hits the wall.
He followed David right up there. David almost got it. He scared it. Patrick in the head and whacked it.
Holy smokes.
And they're trying to work together to catch back up to Snelson. It looks to me like they are closing the gap just a little, and then one little mistake and they lose everything they made back.
Oh, David Lowe going to lose that place to Patrick Rowland. Patrick does clear him coming out of turn 4. David Lowe going back to the 3rd place once again.
Let's see how long it takes him to make a second up on Snelson, if he can do it.
And if anybody can do it, it's going to be Patrick Rowland out here, because he is definitely strong tonight. Got a little damage on the back of that truck, but after he just slammed the wall there pretty good. But I don't think it's hurt his aerodynamics a bit. Not by the speeds he's turning.
Yeah, it's kind of in a weird spot. It's like the whole right half is pushed up just a little. I thought that might loosen him up, but it doesn't look like it's going to. It looks like he's actually going to be able to run the truck about the way he was before he got the damage.
He chases it up the hill to keep it off of the wall, coming off of turn 4, and does a great job with it. It's what you got to do. These things come out of here a little sideways. You got to chase it up the hill. And coming out of 1 here, keeps it off of the wall. Good job. Snelson continuing to pull away. He's running him down.
Oh, he whacked it off of 2.
Oh. Number 2 is
this
just
time he ain't gonna be able to control it.
Oh, 2 is his worst enemy.
Yeah. He is not having any fun with turn 2 right now.
Let's take a look at that real quick as the caution does fly now.
He didn't get low down there, Rudy. He was up off of that white line, and that's what happened to him before. If it's just up off that white line, you don't use that flat part of the apron to rotate the truck a little. It really pushes bad, and the wall just jumps out to you.
That's the 2nd time 2 has got Patrick today.
Yeah, I don't know that he's a giant fan of this place.
Probably not, and he's smoking pretty bad too now.
Yeah, he needs to make it around so he can get that thing fixed and get back out here. Well, we've seen a lot of really good battling amongst drivers. Once they start to stretch out, it kind of smooths out. And the only thing that we're seeing is just the track winning a little bit here and there, because a little bit of a push or a little bit of a loose, and the next thing you know, somebody's in the wall. But the drivers themselves, they're battling each other really clean. It's the track that's giving them a fit.
Yeah, we're not too far from the halfway mark. I'm thinking these guys are probably not going to want to pit right now. But if they do, they're going to probably pray for one more caution to ensure that they'll be able to make it the rest of the way.
If you know you've got a strong enough truck, you can pit right here, take tires, and come back in on the one to go and top with fuel, and you'll make it.
Okay, it looks like everybody is going to come down on pit road.
Yep. And Roland is actually in the pit stall. He is dead in the water, but he's in the pit stall. That old truck's seen better days for sure.
Well, let's see if John Gamble does the 2-tire pit change again. We'll keep an eye on him back here. Everybody comes to their pit, and David Lowe overshoots his pit. Snelson, what did he do? Fuel only. I'm seeing fuel only by Snelson. He was in his pit stall 2.7 seconds. It looks like David.
I'll go check it out.
David Lowe is the only one that took 4 tires on that.
Yeah, I don't know that we're getting accurate readings on that because Snelson was X out and back and then gone.
Okay, John Gamble fuel. Oh, he exited out too.
Yeah.
Oh, so these guys were using the old glitch in there to get 4 tires and fuel and everything. Ah.
Fast stop.
Alrighty. Yep, so Snelson back out there with a 2.7 second pit stop, and that's 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel, and he's away in 2.7 seconds.
That's IndyCar style.
You know, David Lowe now did a 4-tire change the legit way, 16.7 seconds, which was an awful long pit stop, but does come out of there in 4th position. Patrick Rowland going to be restarting back in last place, sixth place today.
All right.
And it won't be long. We're coming up on halfway. A couple more laps.
Yeah, well, we're going to see if these guys do the top off, or if they all think they can make it from here.
I think if I was the guy in back, a couple of the guys, I think I'd top it off. Darn right. I'd try to make it the rest of the way. What would you have to lose, you know?
Probably not much.
No,
So they're on the 2 to go now.
Who is that
Roland
on
got
pit
the way
road?
around. That is Rodney Harrison, the 63 truck. This truck just appeared a few seconds ago.
He didn't even start the race.
No, he is 28 laps down.
Oh, okay. Got him. Out there going to maybe do a start and park.
Yeah. Rudy, I'm thinking that once he catches back up to the field, maybe we'll let you run down there and call out Patrick Rowland and ask him how much fun he's having tonight.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
He can't say I'm having a blast, really, but he's probably having a good time. He just doesn't really care for this place right now. It's winning against him, I think.
Yeah, we'll see if we can't get down here and get ordered in with him.
Yeah, the field's in the middle of the backstretch, and he's coming through turn 2 right here, so he's going to catch up to him here just pretty quick.
And they got the 1 to green.
They'll get it this time by, it looks like.
Patrick Rowland, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead, Ruth.
Well, our big question up here in the booth was, are you having fun tonight?
Not really, man. This truck's been a handful. First, I was fighting loose. I was fighting loose first part of the race, so I tightened it up. Then I tightened it up too much. And we got a heck of a crosswind coming off of 2. It's messing me up.
We've been watching. It seems like 2 times number 2 has bitten you pretty bad there, but try to get that thing tightened up and get it fixed up, buddy, and hopefully, we'll get you, see if we can get you back up front.
Yeah, we did some wedge and some air pressure adjustments on this last stop, so maybe I can get back up through there.
All right, well, good luck out there, Patrick, and we'll see you at the end.
All right, thanks, sir.
Yeah, kind of what I expected. He's not really having any fun. I don't think he's a huge fan of this track as it is. So losing the battle to the track alone, yeah, probably not making him very smiley right now in that helmet.
Yeah.
Well, Snelson's back on the point. Walker, Lowe, Gamble, Henry, Rowland. I mean, we've seen everybody up front. We've seen everybody at the back tonight. So I was kind of wondering if that 63 truck was going to come out and at least run a few laps for these guys, try to mix it up. Looks like he's still going to sit on pit road. Oh, halfway point this time, Rudy. Halfway.
All right, and the guys are getting ready to take the green. Roger, call it down for me if you would. Snelson here coming around and leading these guys around.
Yeah, these guys, they're going to keep doing what we've seen them doing. You know, they're going to challenge each other every chance they get, and when it finally smooths out and settles out, we might see this one go the rest of the way. I don't know. I mean, unless the track jumps up and bites somebody again. Alright, rolling off of 4 here. Pace car's going to duck in a pit road here in just a second. And Perry Snelson going to lead them back to the green. Rick Walker challenging him on the outside here. Green flags in the air. Back underway. Walker got a great start. He's getting a heck of a push from low to get me started. He shoots out in front.
Boy, Snelson must have been sleeping on that takeoff. He gets a little loose coming off of turn 1. Lowe still door to door with him coming around out of 2. Oh, my word, Walker got one heck of a start on that, I'm telling you.
Yeah, he got a little help with the 55 truck of David Lowe, pushing him just a little bit. Man, he shot out there in front of those guys.
Patrick Rowland does get by Sam Henry, so Patrick Rowland runs back up into the 5th spot now.
Gamble's trying to take 3rd away from Lowe. He stuck his nose in there going into 3. Lowe held him off. It looks like Lowe's going to be able to hold him off coming off of 4 too.
Snelson now already 0.3 of a second behind our leader in 2nd spot. And it looks like Walker really putting the power to it now. Coming on mid-race, just really showing some muscle here. Snelson starting to reel him in, though. I think Walker might have made a little mistake going into 1.
He's looks like he's a little tight in the middle. Lowe's challenging Snelson.
Yep, Lowe coming on the inside. Gonna push Snelson up the hill. Snelson's gonna have to back out of it. Now Snelson he took a peek there like he was going to try to make the crossover maneuver, but didn't have enough of a run on him. Now Lowe really kicking up the pressure, rolling into the 2nd spot, putting the pressure on Walker.
Just pushing him down the front stretch.
Going into turn 1, Walker keeping it low, not to let David Lowe get down low. There's too many lows.
That's too many lows. Patrick Rowland back here is challenging for the 4th spot on John Gamble. He's got him pushed way outside. He's trying to get back up there in the middle of this. Wow, Walker got loose.
Yeah, he almost hit that outside wall, and now Lowe does get by him, and so does Snelson. Down on the backstretch, both of them passed him.
Yeah, I think Walker's really tight in the center, from the center to the exit. especially in 1 and 2. And I think it's really hurting him, losing momentum, getting off those 2 corners. He looks great in 3 and 4. He's just really tight in 1 and 2.
David Lowe now trying to keep it off, away from the draft here, as Snelson does. Oh, he's got a nose almost up under David Lowe going into turn 1.
Lowe slammed the door on him.
Man, I'm telling you, he did. These guys, lap after lap, are really showing the power here. We're going to look back on David Lowe, from David Lowe back to Snelson. Now Snelson looking to the inside. They're side by side going down the backstretch. Snelson got one heck of a run coming off of 2. And Snelson going to clear him. So Snelson back up in the lead.
Patrick Rowland's right back on the in fourth place there on the bumper. Rick Walker, he's going to get by Walker so he can go back up here and challenge Lowe and Snelson for this lead.
We'll have to keep an eye on him because he says that wind is really bad and gets him in turn 2. So hopefully the much that he did make on that truck might be able to get him back up to the lead here. David Lowe's still
looking inside again.
Oh man, he's still there.
That brings Rowland right into the mix right there, and Walker's right on his bumper. Lowe will clear him here, and Snelson slamming the door.
Oh, them 2 touch. And Snelson, boy.
Great save.
What? Wow, he had to actually downshift on that. Let's go back and take a look at that because that was intense right there.
He did a real good job keeping that going the right direction right there. Rowland had position on him pretty good. He really put it down in the corner, and Snelson was trying to shut that door, and it just closed a little bit too late.
Yep.
Rowland already had his foot in there.
Yep, Snelson was there. He tried to come down and close it. Yep, you're right. Wow, well, good save by Snelson because, boy, that could have been bad. Now he's clear back to the 4th position and has lost the draft.
This draft. Yeah, that's exactly where I was going. He's lost these guys' draft.
But
Walker and Rowland trying to work together here to get back to the bumper of David Lowe.
As fast as Snelson is, I wouldn't say he'll be back there for very long.
Now, barring he doesn't have, and I don't see major damage on his truck, so I don't think he's going to be fighting too much of a tight or a loose condition with damage. Just looks like the fender's just barely wrinkled behind the front wheel on the left side. That really won't affect anything. He's still got all the downforce that he needs. He's just going to have to really wheel that truck to get back up there with those guys.
Yeah, and you know these guys actually getting a little draft off of each other, not helping him any. Oh man, Patrick Rowland, he is really struggling with 2.
Yeah, I was back here looking at John Gamble. I don't know where he acquired all the damage down the right side of his truck. The right side of his truck is really torn up, and it's making him really tight 1 and 2, or really tight in the center of 1 and 2, and really loose on the exit of 2, big time.
All right, we're going to watch from Walker here. We're going to watch Patrick Rowland coming out of 2 this time, and let's see how he's going to handle this. They go into turn 1 just fine. He does turn 1 great. Comes off of turn 1, going into 2 now. And this is where he just does take it down low. But now that time he did pretty good. He did real good that time coming out of 2. So maybe he's got that truck right where he wants it now.
Well, he got a good run there. And him and Walker drafting together are really working on getting back to the bumper of Lowe.
Walker went a little bit high going into 3, and he lost a little momentum on that. He's going to have some ground to pick up here to Patrick. Patrick right on the back bumper now of our leader. Well, let's go up here and ride along with Patrick. Right on the bumper of David Lowe. David said he was going to get back out there, and here he sits in first spot, coming up on 20 to go here before long.
Yeah, his truck's working pretty good. Whatever he has done to it on the last pit stop or two, looks like he's working really good. He's able to take it down and get down in the middle of the corner and touch that apron so that it'll rotate just right, and he's getting great drives off the corner.
Yeah, he just catching that apron just enough to help him around that turn. So good job by Patrick out there. Maybe he has got that thing figured out now and is doing a lot better, running in the second spot behind David Lowe.
And it looks like they're all kind of static right now, all kind of holding what they got, maybe saving something for the end, Walker and rolling. Lowe just looks like he's out here on Sunday drive.
Out there in that clean air makes a big difference. You know, when you got nobody disturbing the air in front of you, makes a big difference. Back there, Snelson now about 1.9 seconds behind these guys, definitely out of their draft. Haven't seen them gain any ground on them, just kind of hanging right there, about 1.9 to 2 seconds behind them.
I'm watching his lap times a little, and he's actually running within a couple of tenths of the leaders, and he's running it all by himself.
Yeah, but he's losing a couple of tenths a lap. I've been watching him. Now he's back to 2.1 seconds behind him.
Ooh, Lowe got crazy loose off of one right there. Yeah, without that draft, he's really doing quite well of being even that close on time with these guys. So if he gets where he can snip Walker's bumper there, pick up a little bit of draft off of him, Snelson will be right back in the middle of this mix.
Yeah, if he can get up within about a half a second of him, he'll start feeling that. Now Walker's already starting to lose a little bit of ground, so he may be drifting backwards enough where Snelson might be able to catch his draft.
They don't necessarily want that either, I don't think.
No, he's about a second and a half behind.
Roland looking at the lead. And he's going to take it. Power move down into one.
Now let's see if he can hold it going into two, because this is his weak spot right here, or it was. And if he got this thing figured out, and boy, what a job. He's got this figured out now.
Man, it looks to me like he's backed up his entry just a touch. Lowe really run down on his bumper, but it's helped him get through the center, and he's able to get a great drive on the exit right there.
He's able to hold it right on that white line, and that's what he's got to do to protect that position. There are 20 to go right now, Roger. We don't have many laps here left. And
no, we're going to see pit stops
yeah,
within the next 10 laps.
Yeah, they're going to have to make one more pit stop, so this could be a game changer. We've seen David Lowe slide through his pit and had to back up. So, like I said...
And you know, that calculation might be wrong. They might actually be able to stretch this and make it from here. They're going to be right on that 31, 32 lap window right there.
Yeah, they might try to push it.
Well, they're pushing each other pretty hard. I don't see anybody giving anything up to, towards the end of this thing. If they think they got a chance to win, they'll try to save a little bit of fuel.
Well, I think Snelson's starting to feel a little bit of the draft off of Walker now. He's about a second behind Walker, and he is closed up on the leaders by a couple of tenths now. So I think he's starting to smell that draft just a little bit.
Ooh, Lowe got real wiggly off of 4 right there, like he touched too much apron again.
Well, let's go back here and check on John Gamble and Sam Henry running back in the fifth and sixth place. Let's go back and check.
They're racing each other back there, aren't they?
Yes, sir. They're having a good time back here. Say, hey, we don't have to be up there with them leaders to have a good time. It looks like Sam Henry hit the wall coming off of turn 4. And he's coming down the backstretch trying to break that draft so Gamble can't reach him. And Gamble was our leader, but, you know, he struggled with them pit stops. They had good quick pit stops, but not sure if that affected his tires or what. I don't know, but boy, he is really back here. They're 21 seconds back behind the leaders.
And Sam Henry looks like he's fighting loose at exit in every corner, and Gamble's trying to stay back there to push, see if maybe they can do something. And it's really running him down on being able to be smooth.
David Lowe had the lead there for a minute, hit the wall pretty good coming off a 4, and now Patrick Rowland and Rick Walker both get by him. Now David Lowe coming back on the inside to get back by Walker. Don't want to let Patrick Rowland get out there too far.
Happiest guy about all that? Perry Snelson. He's back in the draft.
He sure is. 1.1 second behind the leader, and he can smell the draft now.
So he'll start using Walker's draft to pull up there. Once he gets to him, he gets by. He's right back in the middle of it, because then he's in the rocking chair in between them two guys, and he'll wait for Lowe to catch back up to Rowland.
You know, we've had 17 lead changes in this race.
I am not one bit surprised the way these guys race each other. I'm not one bit surprised by that.
Only 3 cautions, which really is not bad. You know, already they've ran, about 45 laps. So, not bad, 3 cautions. This is
So we're working 47 right now and got 16 to go here. If Snelson can get back, he's got the time. He don't really have to do anything now but pull on Walker and get up there. But he can't waste any time when he gets to Walker. He's got to get by him so he can start working on Lowe.
Absolutely. Yep. With 16 to go, he's going to have to start really pumping it up right now.
Wow, his Lowe truck sideways right there.
He is driving it into the turns a lot faster, at a different pace than Rowland is, and Rowland beating him coming off of the turn.
I think that's what Rowland's had to do, is he's had to back his entries so that he can run his exits and make that straightaway a little longer and get that momentum so that he can stay ahead of Lowe. Well, here he missed his line on entry. Let's see what he does on his exit. He was actually really careful about that.
Yeah.
But Snelson's got Walker in. Now he needs to go, and here he comes.
Got his nose up under him going into turn 3. Walker going to have to stay high. Yep, he lets him go.
Yeah, he knew he got back up to him, and Rick's got a little damage. Perry doesn't. He knew it. He's just going to be faster, and he's just going to be holding him up, so he let him go. Now these 2 guys up front, now they're going to have to start paying attention because Snelson's back in the mix.
Yeah, I'm sure Lowe did not want to see Snelson coming into his rearview mirror like that.
Now, Rowland and Lowe both thought, well, Snelson's out of it now earlier, but he's back now, boys. He's still got 14 laps to go. He's got plenty of time to work this.
Good battle going on between these 4 up here. Walker not out of it yet. He's still in the draft of Snelson, so any one of these 4 right here could win it. Probably the last lap is going to be the decider because, you know, it's anybody's game up to that point.
And Rowland just kind of holding station, just kind of getting a rhythm, kind of keeping everything, you know, racing within himself a little bit here. Hopefully he's holding a little back. These guys start to make that charge with about 5 to go. He'll have something to hold him off with.
Yeah, I think he was right in that last change he did on pit road made a big difference for
John Gamble's on pit road.
He may have been a little short on fuel because I'm not sure if he got much fuel.
Patrick Rowland misses entry into 2 real bad there. He's let these 2 get right to his bumper now.
Oh, brother.
That comfortable little 2 or 3 tenths he had is gone.
Yep, David
Lowe's
Lowe
looking for the lead.
And here's Snelson wanting to go with him, but not sure if he's got enough power to get underneath him. He's going to have to really drive it hard into the turns. Rowland has to stay up high, but they're still side by side. Lowe get a little loose in 3. Door to door, they come out of turn 4. Oh, and Lowe blinked out like crazy right there.
Yeah. It's going to be, It's going to be difficult. I was going to say, it's going to be difficult to keep Patrick if he crosses back in front of him and lets him have a little draft. as Patrick got a good run on the exit of that corner, and Lowe got a little loose.
Snelson looking at these guys saying, which one do I go with? You don't know whether to go high or low or stay behind David Lowe or stay behind Patrick. Now David Lowe ducks it back in, and he says, I better just try to salvage second out of this.
Oh, he's going to cool his tires off, and then he's going to make another run at it. He's got 11 on the go here.
Coming to 11 to go, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to cool the tires off. He got a good run on him. Said, if I can get by him, make it stick, we're good. Otherwise, we'll ride right here, and at 5 to go, then we'll really start turning up the heat on him. And Lowe wiggles every time he comes off turn 4.
He sure does. He tries to keep it pinched down a little bit too much, I think, and when he does that, that does make him a little loose. Now Snelson pushing him down the front stretch. This is getting good now. Oh, Lowe really sliding it through turn 1. Did you see that?
Yeah, he was in kind of a little bit of a drip, but his truck yaws out so well right there in the center of the corner, and he gets all that downforce on that right rear corner. That's why he's getting such great runs on these exits, I think.
Taking a peek out inside again, but not lined up just right yet. Walker's sitting back here wanting to know what's going to happen because he just can't get back up there and reach him. Just staying in their draft, though.
Yeah, he's thinking, you three go ahead and mix it up a little towards the end, and I'm going to hang right here. And then if the three of you have a mistake, I'm going to sneak on by and steal this win. That's what he's thinking.
That's a good strategy. Now Snelson looking to the inside low, going into turn 1. Who's going to outdrive who? It looks like Snelson's going to take that spot away from Lowe.
Let's try to cross him over right there.
Oh, man, Lowe is right on the corner of his bumper.
10 to go there. Roland's got himself a mirror full of the 55 or the 12 truck of Snelson.
Let's look back from Patrick Rowland. Watch this as this battle goes on back here between David Lowe and who's that Perry Snelson. Boy, I'll tell you what, them guys are really battling hard, and I don't think this is over by any means yet.
No, I don't either. And Rowland just made a big mistake off the floor, and Snelson's got to run. I don't know that he's going to get there before they get to the corner. No, I didn't think so.
No. Close, but not quite.
Rowland got a little too low in 4, and the truck wiggled a little, and he had to really kind of pedal it for a split second, and it really hurt his momentum down that front stretch. He's feeling that pressure from Snelson now.
Yeah, Snelson is really putting it. I mean, he's just staying right on his bumper, just waiting for Patrick to make any kind of mistake. Now he looks on the inside, but Patrick slides it up the hill a little bit, and Snelson's going to get by him.
Yeah, he tried to really drive it down in there, but he wasn't sure if he was clear of Snelson, and he kept it up just a little too high, and he's going to pay now. If Lowe pushes him by, this will be interesting down in 1 side by side.
Side by side as they go into turn 1. Patrick got a little bit of a truck advantage up on that high side, but really Snelson's got the line.
Yeah, but Rowland's not giving it up. And, man, he got really nice run there on the high side. He's got help from behind. Snelson, Walker's trying to put his nose in the mix now. He's on the inside there trying to get a run on Lowe. Lowe can't protect that spot pushing the 88 truck.
And Walker back up in the hunt. Look at this. We've got a four-way battle coming to 7 to go. And it looks like Walker does get by David Lowe. So Lowe goes back to 4th place. And, you know, you may be right. Lowe might save them tires up or cool them tires off a little bit and try to mount another challenge before this is over.
He'll run out of laps before he can do that now. Being 4th back there's not where he wants to be. He'd rather be at least 3rd, right in between Walker and Rowland. He may be in trouble now.
And I don't think David's very good on older tires. You know, I've noticed he kind of does seem to drip back a little bit on older tires. But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he is cooling them babies off right now, and I think he's going to try to get up here and mix it up with these guys again.
Well, Snelson's starting to put a little bit of a gap between himself and Roland.
He sure is. Roland not giving up, though. Just 0.3 from his back bumper.
5 to go next time.
Nobody might have anything for Snelson, but you know, you can bet these guys are they're gonna do anything and everything they can to get that truck up ahead of them. They're coming up on some lap traffic now, and I believe that is John Gamble or Sam Henry.
Yeah.
It might be Sam Henry.
Yeah, Sam Henry back. Oh, Snelson whacked the wall off of 2, and so did Walker.
Oh,
and
my.
Roland got the run on the inside, and now he's clear.
Oh, look at this. Oh, man, what a change of events going on here. But Snelson not giving up.
And Walker saw Snelson get into the wall, and I think he reacted to that, and I think that killed him.
Oh, man. So big change going on.
But Lowe is going to put the pressure on Snelson, and Patrick Rowland has got to love that thought. Well, except for that he does that. And then wrecks it right in front of everybody.
Oh, no.
That won't bring out the caution.
Sam Henry on pit road. Looks like Patrick Rowland back out on the track, but no caution.
He slid out of the way of everybody right there. He got way too low going through turn 4, and he did exactly what Lowe did earlier in the race, and that really loosens that truck up way too much. You can't do much with it then.
Yep.
Now the battle up here is between Lowe and Snelson, and Snelson got to run on the outside.
What a save he did, though, but he did hit the inside wall. And then spun it out across the track. Man, I just can't believe that did not bring out the caution. Wow. All right, so as he tries to get himself caught back up here, David Lowe back up front. Snelson going to try to reel him in. Not sure if he's going to be able to do it, but these guys are pretty much used up their tires. Nobody going to stop for fuel. So obviously they must know that they can make it the rest of the way. Roger, on fuel. Fuel's not an issue then.
Both Snelson and Lowe hit the wall hard coming off of turn 1 right there.
I seen that.
These old tires are giving it up now. And you're going to really have to drive the truck these last couple laps. They're going to be coming 3 to go this time. Walker's falling way back off these two, so it's just a battle at the front for the win. The front 2 guys here.
Well, I'm sure Walker, playing it safe like that, I'm sure he's going to be happy with a 3rd place finish. At least, after the turn of events that's happened up there between them 4, I'm sure he's going to be happy to bring that home 3rd. So,
yeah.
But it ain't over yet. 3 to go, coming to the line right here, and anything can happen between these 2 leaders, and Walker could wind up going on by and taking the win.
Yeah, I don't think Snelson's done pressuring Lowe. With Snelson, I think it's Snelson, Walker, and Rowland are the top 3 in the points, and that's the only real battle in the points right now, is those 3. They're about 17 points from 1st to 3rd. I looked before we came in tonight.
Patrick Rowland way back about 20 seconds behind these guys now. And I'm sure he's probably kicking himself in the hind end about all that right now. He's like, wow, did I mess up that turn?
Yeah, he's not, like he said, he's not a big fan of this place. So he was probably pretty excited being out there in the front. And then Andy jumped up and grabbed him one more time.
Yes, sir. Them aprons, I'm telling you, them aprons are so treacherous. Unbelievable.
They can be your friend or your enemy, and this time it was his enemy.
John Gamble now in 5th. And Sam Henry in 6th.
And unless he's doing something that I'm not understanding, Snelson has fallen far enough back. Lowe just needs to not make any mistakes for a lap and a half here, and he should have this in the bag.
You think Snelson might be cooling his tires off enough to make one more run for it?
Well, he better start right here in turn 3 and start making that run.
Well, he drove it in there pretty hard that time. Well, let's see if he can make this stick coming out of 4 or maybe get a run coming down his front. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured.
right until turn 4, and then he lost every bit that he closed up right back to him.
We might see him get up there, but I don't know. David Lowe's pretty strong out there right now, and he seems to be hitting his marks a lot better now that he doesn't have somebody challenging him immediately, you know. But the white flag flies. Here we are, one more lap to go. Snelson falling way off of the pace. Lowe just, like you said, a Sunday drive for David Lowe. Going to be coming around here. As long as he doesn't make a mistake 2 more turns, and he's got this win in the bag.
Well, it was a pretty good race. Those top 4 really battled each other hard for the entire race, and then at the end, you know, little mistakes are what ended up separating the trucks for the win. And Lowe's got this on cruise control coming off of 4 here.
All right, David Lowe.
Oh, he's running out of gas. He's running out of gas. He's running out of gas.
Is he going to make it?
He's going to lose it. Snelson's
No.
going to steal the win.
It can't be.
He did. David Lowe ran out of gas coming off.
Oh,
I heard it.
Oh, my God, I don't believe it. Perry
Wow.
Snelson gets him at the line. We've got to go back and watch that here in a minute. Well, let's go back here and check this out. Coming off the line.
Coming out of 4, I saw him slow just a little, and I heard the engine kind of belch.
Yep. We're going to take a look at this again here. From the far chase view of Snelson, he goes by him on the inside, but I want to go back a little further. Coming down the backstretch here.
What a finish to this race.
That's how close they were on fuel. I'm telling you, what a finish. Snelson quite a ways back here too, but David Lowe wiggling that truck, trying to get just a drop of more gas out of that, just a little sputter, and he would have made it to the finish line. But boy, just like a cup full more gas, and he would have had it. But Perry Snelson sneaking by and stealing the win from him, just a couple hundred yards from the finish line.
Yeah,
What?
that was crazy.
That was
That was
really
a crazy finish after everything that we saw in that race. And I thought Lowe was on cruise control to the checks. And when he come off 4, I heard that little burp, and I saw him start wiggling that truck, and I looked to see how much he was slowing. And that start and finish line is so far down that front stretch, you can't get there.
Well, Roger, let me know when the mic is clear down there. We'll get down there and get a word in with Perry Snelson.
Yeah, you're good to go now, buddy. They're ready for us.
Thank you, Rick.
Perry Snelson, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do, sir.
Perry, you backed off enough there. Was you trying to save just that extra drop of gas coming to the line? Because David Lowe ran out. What a finish. Congratulations to your win today. Taking it just a couple hundred yards from the line. Was you kind of shocked at that?
Well, I was kind of hoping for that. I backed up on the lap previous to try and save just enough to hopefully I would make it to the line.
Well, tell us a little bit about how the racing was out there today, because it looked like everybody either hit the wall, tapped the wall, was struggling with a lot of loose conditions in 2. Was the wind really bothering you guys a lot out there on 2?
Yeah, the wind was the biggest thing, and then there in the end of that run, when the tires wore out, 1 was the hard one. You really had to pedal it or it just slid out to the wall, and then out of 2, same thing, and then David drove out once and hit the wall, and I followed him right to the same spot.
Yeah, we seen that, but you know what? It was some really good racing out there. You guys stretched the fuel mileage. We figured it was somebody was going to probably run out of gas or come really close. But how much fuel did you have left in your truck there, Perry?
I had 0.2 when I crossed the line.
Holy smoke. So you would have been the next one. And I'm sure David Lowe would have probably loved to have shared that 0.2 with you, just enough to get across the start-finish line. But great win, Perry. Congratulations. And you want to give a special shout-out to anybody or a thank you?
Just thank you to the whole group. They're fun to race with. It's frustrating at times. We yell and scream at each other, but all in all, we have fun racing together.
Well, that's what it's all about out there, Perry, having fun. And, you know, I owe it a lot to you guys, man. You guys really put on a great show here tonight for the fans, and great racing by everybody. And I mean that wholeheartedly. But congratulations again, Perry, coming home in the top spot today.
Thank you very much.
Roger, you want to get second?
David Lowe, you got a copy?
I got you.
Man, you said don't count you out, and you know, I was up there going, man, he's on cruise control. He's got this in the bag. All he's got to do is be smooth through the last couple corners. And I jumped in the cockpit view of your truck, and I heard it burp coming off of 4, and I thought, that's not good. I thought maybe you had to roll out of throttle for a second, but when it did it the second time, I started hollering out, he's running out of fuel, he's running out of fuel. What exactly were you thinking when that happened?
The main thing was Perry's leg, because I knew he'd have a head of steam. And I kept looking at my fuel gauge, and it was dropping. And I knew Perry had to be right there with me. So all I could do was just try to run it out for as much as I could. And I tried to get out far enough from him when I knew he was letting off. I was actually driving it harder. If I'd have backed it up a little bit, maybe it'd have been a little different, but he deserved it. Me and him work on setups together and stuff, and hey, me and him finished 1-2, and he's riding on what I made, so I'm happy.
Well, second's better than a DNF for sure, but I know you were really wanting to try to go up there and get that win. Other than the wind off of 2, were you having any problems anywhere else out there today?
I was loose all over. I don't know what happened with the setup or whatever, but this last pit stop, I put 5 clicks of wedge in it to tighten it up to where I could drive it like I was there at the end of that run. And you could see it was pretty fast.
I'm glad that you said that, because I had been watching you and commented several times that, man, he is just wicked loose coming up off these corners. He's missed something, and he made a change that really doesn't agree with him. And you putting enough wedge in it to really change the whole setup, really, on that truck, and it still wasn't enough. That's good information to know there. It seems like as the tires wore out, this thing got really slick, and I'm sure you're really excited with a second-place finish, but I know you'd like to have that win. Is anybody out there that, besides your teammate there, that you need to thank?
Patrick Rowland and Rick Walker and Sam Henry and John Gamble, all of them. They all a bunch of good group of guys to run with. Especially Perry. Me and him fuss at each other like father and son, but hey, we get along. That's just what it's about.
Yeah, as long as everybody's having a good time, that is what it's about. Well, congrats on the second. We'll hope to see you guys again soon here on MaxSpeedTV. We'll throw it over to Rudy, who I'm sure has Rick Walker.
Rick Walker, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. Bringing it home third tonight. Congratulations there, Rick. Good run for you. It looked like a lot of fun up there when the 4 of you guys were, battling for that lead. Just put on one great show. We were just really enjoying this up in the booth watching that. But tell us a little bit about how the racing was out there for you, because we seen you and Patrick mixing it up there at the end, and when you seen Patrick lose it and go down across there, what kind of went through your mind at that minute?
Damn it. Patrick's a good friend. I hated to see him go around. I was just curious as to how it happened.
Well, it looked like he kind of maybe went in just a little bit too hot into the turn. I don't know. Maybe he could probably explain that better than me, but it did kind of tap the outside wall, and it sent him to the inside wall, of course. And, we all know that dreaded turn 1 can be pretty treacherous when you hit that outside wall. But anyhow, great run by you today, Rick. You know, I can't stress enough how awesome it was to watch you guys out here racing today. You know, the good job that everybody did, the respect around each other, and great racing by everyone. But congratulations again, Rick, on your third place finish. And you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Well, just Midnight Motorsports and then all the guys that ran, and hopefully this will get us a bigger crowd start coming in, and just be a lot more fun and we get more trucks.
Absolutely, buddy. Well, Rick, you want to, while we're on the broadcast, is there anything that you'd like to say to our viewers here, maybe like how to get signed up for the league or whatever?
Well, you can contact myself or Patrick Rowland on in the league section in the iRacing for Midnight or Mid-Night Motorsports, and then just put in a request for membership, and we'll check you out and let you in.
All right, Rick. Well, thanks a lot, buddy, and good job out there today. And again, congratulations on your third place finish.
All right, thank you. I think I tried to knock every wall down out there.
You weren't the only one. I think everybody had a corner on there somewhere that had paint on it from their truck. So, but good job.
All right, thank you guys for doing this for us.
You're very welcome.
Nobody had a really good time tonight, Rudy, but they had a lot of fun. The track won most of the battles.
Yes, definitely. So, well, let's see here. These guys sitting on right at the start-finish line. That would be an awesome picture for... whoops. I went too far.
Yeah.
Doggone it. Well, anyhow. So, but anyhow, let's give a rundown here of everybody that did finish in the race tonight. Perry Snelson in top spot, of course, bringing it home with David Lowe running out of gas just a couple hundred yards from the start-finish line, but does manage to bring it home second place. Rick Walker sneaking it in third place there. Patrick Rowland finishing fourth after tapping the wall coming out of one there. Lost everything that he was up there battling with the other three, and does bring it home fourth, though. Sam Henry in fifth. John Gamble sixth. Rodney Harris seventh. And that, I guess that was rounded out the end of the field right there. So, Roger, sum up the race here. Kind of let us, we'll take a minute here to reflect on the race today. What do you think?
I kind of feel like we got pretty much what we thought we were going to get. These guys battled hard. They raced each other real respectful. They really didn't try to make a lot of contact with one another, but they really battled each other hard. Everybody wanted to get up and lead. Everybody was fast. A couple of unfortunate mistakes, and it ended up changing the way that the race finished. I would have liked to have seen Patrick stand out there in the front, not getting that spin coming off of four, to see if Snelson could do something or Lowe could do something with him in the last 3 or 4 laps. I know he's not a big fan of this place, and every battle he had with this track, the track won, so I'm sure he's a little discouraged right now. But he'll be back next week, and he'll have a great time. But overall, the racing up front was great. That pack of 4, they just battled each other really hard, and it was a blast to watch. I was really shocked at the way the finish came down. I thought Lowe had that thing in the bag, and when he ran out of fuel, it changed everything. And Walker had a chance to sneak by him there. He was just a little too far back to get there because Lowe was just coasting all the way and Walker was still under power.
Yeah, that was a fabulous finish. I've watched a couple races that have finished like that, where the leader was out there and ran out of fuel and somebody else snuck by him. And then I've seen ones where they ran out of fuel just a few feet from the finish line. and the guy in second was, they finished like within a few thousandths of each other, but the guy still won it even though he was out of fuel. But, that really does make a very interesting finish to the race. And, Roger, this was awesome to watch them guys out here turning such great laps on this track. It's a tricky square track, rectangle track. Very tricky. Like we were talking earlier about these turns. They're it's symmetrical. 1 and 3 are pretty much the same, and 2 and 4 are pretty much the same, but they just have 4 different characteristics altogether. Whether when you're going in or coming out of the turn, they're just totally different characteristics. So, but
yeah,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, Rudy, but that and you throw that crosswind blowing off that corner, and that corner's already tough enough, and it's trying to push you to the outside and make it even that much more difficult to exit that corner. And we saw Patrick Rowland hit the turn 2 exit at least twice, maybe 3 times, and we saw almost every other driver clip it a minimum of 1 time. You add the wind, and it completely changes everything. This track's hard enough. I know that made it worse. The track, they had a little humidity. The track was a little slick anyway, but it was a blast to watch these guys, and I can't wait to see the next one.
Sure thing. Ricky, you got anything else you wanted to add?
No, I'm just looking forward to Vegas next week. It ought to be a good run. Everybody's looking forward to that, and I think we should have plenty more trucks next week. We're talking to everybody about it.
All right. Well, until next week, we'll see you at Vegas, and we're signing off here at MaxSpeedTV.